What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. We have a 2025 Aric Almirola Phoenix Raced Win NASCAR Xfinity Series Supra. This is probably the most random Xfinity diecast maybe ever made. Why? I think this is the first ever Xfinity Supra Raced Win made in the Gold Series. We've had a Ty Gibbs Raced Win, maybe another one. This one shocks me. I wish the Bowman would have got made too. That would have been a really cool two-card diecast set. But as you can see, the whole right side of this paint scheme just absolutely worn out. I love it. Let's take a closer look. And here we go, folks, with today's diecast review in hand. And I'm shocked, honestly, this diecast actually got produced. I mean, very few Xfinity Raced Win diecasts get made, and then the fact that it's a one-off, driver, not a full-time, a part-time guy in a NASCAR Xfinity Series race, winning in a Supra, and it actually gets produced. I mean, outside of the Kyle Busch 5-car set, I don't think there's been a single Toyota Supra Raced Win done. At least in the Gold Series exclusively. It's kind of wild to think. Out of all the wins Toyota has had in the Xfinity Series, or nowadays it's the O'Reilly Series. So interesting. Aric Almirola, number 19, Young Life Phoenix Raced Win 2025 Supra. This was a photo finish with Alex Bowman. I wish that diecast would have got produced as well, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and open it up. And here we go. Diecast, well, out of the package. And what a awesome looking paint scheme here. I really like the livery. The green, the blue, and the white. Kind of reminds me of the Seattle Seahawks if you think about it. And it's a really nice palette of colors, to be honest with you. It also reminds me of some of the charter paint schemes we've seen throughout the years in the NASCAR Cup Series. Go to the front of the diecast here with that bright lemon green color front end. You can see just a ton of dirt and grime, all the rubber marbles built up on the hood of the diecast. You can see the hood pins as well with the tape over that. So that's a nice detail with these raced version diecasts. You have the Xfinity banner there with a little bit of a sun strip underneath it. Go to the front of the diecast, you have the number 19 right there, Supra, Joe Gibbs Racing, got Simpson, ARP, Sunoco. Got some grill tape right there in the front of the diecast. A ton of damage, and I think the whole front of the car is cosmetically off-centered to show you that, there was damage on it. So I think that's the reason why the Supra decal is a little bit off from the crown of the car, is because it's trying to give you that faux three-dimensional damage look, which, I mean, they were, door banging at the line, Alex Bowman and Aric Almirola, which I really wish they would have made that Bowman car. That would have been so cool to have both of them, the photo finishes. They've done that in the past, with the what is it, Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch photo finish, or, last lap or two at Chicagoland in 2018. That one was just amazing. Go to the left side of the diecast, and just remarkable detail Lionel did with this car. It almost looks like the door panel is actually torn on the car. Like, it almost looks like the decals can flake off. Like, that's how realistic the damage is. But no, it's it's clear coated on. It's all smooth and clean, which is just remarkable. How well their raced version diecasts are. Got Young Life there. You have, I've never heard of that sponsor before. I'm not sure how to pronounce it properly, but you get a ton of burnout marks here, doing the burnouts. The rubber goes on the side panel of the car. You have your faux American ethanol ring. Number 19 right there, Goodyear NASCAR Xfinity Series Comedic Lincoln Welders Arrowhead Brass. And you have two other contingency decals there. Not sure what those are. Mobile One, Interstate Batteries, Mac Tools, Lincoln Welders, Simeons, and Sherwin-Williams. Got J.D. Gibbs right there on the name rail. Toyota on the B post with, is it J.D. Gibbs or Joe Gibbs Racing right there on the B post. Notice the outlining to the side panel has a little, I think what it is the actual window part goes over the body panel of the car, and I think that's what they're trying to mimic, which looks really, really cool. That's a staple on the Race to Win diecast. Well, with how few NASCAR Xfinity Series Race to Win diecasts we get, specifically the Toyota ones, I mean, you really don't notice that detail until you get one actually produced. Which is still crazy to me how they had a Phoenix photo finish for the championship in 2021 with Daniel Hemrick ousting Austin Cindric. They never made a diecast for that in the 1/64 scale. but Aric Almirola spring win. I'm a huge Almirola fan, but I just think it's kind of funny and interesting how a championship clinching raced, version diecast doesn't get made, but a spring Phoenix win does. I don't know. Go to the back panel of the diecast. You have Toyota there with your two faux exhaust ports, which is always cool. Got the number 19 right there on the right side, and you have GR Supra. And quietly, the Toyota Supra is one of the longest standing bodies in NASCAR currently. The Toyota Supra debuted in 2019, and at the time of this video, well, obviously it ran in 2025. I think it's supposed to return to 2026. I'm not sure on that. If that's the case, that is one of the longest tenured, OEM bodies in NASCAR. The right side of the diecast, I mean, absolutely worn out. There are tons of donut marks. Just fantastic stuff, man. Love these, race to win diecasts. Just a lot of character to them. I do wish they would have made the clean variant of this paint scheme as well if you wanted to use it, in a diecast stop motion. Got JD Gibbs right there as well. That's awesome. Go over to the top of the diecast, and you have a little bit of that, the rubber marks. I mean, when the rubber comes off the tires, right? And it gets to the roof of the car, that just shows you how many freaking marbles are on the track at Phoenix that day. That is pretty gnarly. I like the green 19 right there. That looks pretty cool. Inverted, style there. We have like the door numbers have the green around the number, but then on the roof, well, the blue is around the number. I kind of like that. Got Young Life right there on the roof of the diecast with Almirola on the back window. Then you have Young Life once again on the deck lid of the car. Notice the print on the window, which is pretty cool. A lot of the Supras that have been made the past few years, well, they didn't have any window prints. 2020, 2021, 2022, X, Y, and Z. And eventually they started adding that, which is always good. And, with it being a raced version diecast, it's going to have a lot more of that. Here's the bottom of the diecast here. Interesting enough, this is not the first time Aric Almirola has won a NASCAR Xfinity race either for, in the modern day Xfinity series, because he won, three or four races in 2024. They never made a diecast for that, unfortunately, but at least they made this one here. I'm going to show a couple other race to win diecasts here in this studio. We're going to focus mostly on the race to wins, and check this one out right here. So that's a Kyle Larson Homestead race to win truck diecast, and you got the Aric Almirola Phoenix win. Notice both of them have pretty gnarly right side door damage, which is really freaking cool. And how about this right here? Christopher Bell Coda raced win diecast. If that's not enough, we got some other ones we're going to show real quick. How about this Josh Berry Las Vegas raced win diecast? That thing's got confetti on it. You have the foil number, just really cool stuff. And this one's probably one of the sleeper diecasts. Believe it or not, this is a raced win. You want to know why? Check this out. Bam! This is a Wyatt Miller Hickory Speedway feature win. That is so cool, man. I love it how the late model diecasts, you can get raced wins made. Fantastic stuff. And one of my favorite raced wins of 2025 is this one right here, man. I'm so glad they made this car. I hope the clean variant of this diecast does find its way to the NASCAR Authentics line. Bam! The Progressive Denny Hamlin car. I don't know how in the world they didn't make the clean variant of this car, but if you look at the side panel for it, this thing has got so much rubber built up. And what's crazy is all the vehicles in the field have that as well. There's something about Martinsville and just the tire rubber. It just bounces off the cars, specifically around the side panels, and it pretty much makes any raced version from that event look really dope. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, just a small example of all the different race to win diecasts you can get right now over there at Circle B while supplies last. Make sure to tap in, fellas. Get it while you can, man. These things are freaking awesome, man. I love the detail to them. Like, out of all the products Lionel does, their race to win stuff is bar none the best race to win diecast we have ever had in NASCAR history. I mean, literally, you can go back to the 2000s. You can go back to even some of them in the 2010s. The window print, the pixelation, everything, they just continue to get better at it. remarkable stuff. Even on the 124s, like the fact that they even put like the Sharpie marks on the wheels inside the wheel hubs. I mean, just ridiculous detail that you just don't even think they would add, but they do. So massive W there. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed one. DB, signing off.